just say thank you for those remarks. And thank you to Post 214 for allowing us to have this event here today. And thank you to all you for coming and showing your support. As Bob said, my name is Shannon Meehan, and I'm a Democratic candidate for state representative here in Delaware County's 163rd District. But today I'm here to introduce my good friend, Bryan Lentz. Before I do that, I can tell you a little bit about myself so you know who's talking to you. Perhaps I should tell you who I'm not first, the name like Meehan. Despite the assumption of the voters whose doors I knock on, I am not the son of Pat Meehan. Nor my brother, and I certainly am not myself, Pat Meehan. But I guess it could make for a good headline for today's event. Meehan endorses Lentz. I am, however, a combat veteran, like Bryan is. And for 15 months, I commanded an area of land inside Iraq's Diyala province. And while there, much like Bryan, I worked hard to not only protect the lives of the Iraqi people, but we worked hard to improve the quality of their lives, building schools, improving hospitals and roadways, just working on the general infrastructures of these towns. However, I was injured on a patrol while there. One September day, my foot caught a tripwire that detonated an IED just 3 yards behind me. And the blast left me with both physical and cognitive injuries. Injuries that would take 2 years to rehabilitate down at Fort Hood. However, what the blast really took from me was that avenue to leadership that I had at the time. That avenue to service that I endeared so much. Upon the completion of my rehab, I would be medically retired for these injuries. And this deeply saddened me to lose this vocation that I had, this life to service. And I really didn't know at the time how I'd even move forward in my life. Then along came Bryan Lentz. And Bryan's a man himself that is dedicated to service. And as an Army officer, he too worked to improve the communities in Iraq. As a prosecutor, he worked to clean the streets of our very own Philadelphia. And as a representative, he continues to fight for the people of the 161st daily. And in my time of uncertainty in my life, Bryan showed me a path. He showed me a path to continue that service that I had grown to love so much. And he did this not only through the discussions that we had about the positive impacts of being a state representative, but he showed me as well. And he showed me how one can work to grow the economy in his area and protect the jobs in there. He showed me how one can fight to clean up his streets and keep guns out of the hands of criminals. He showed me how one can continue to fight for soldiers at home by serving disabled veterans. Bryan's done all of this, and much more. Throughout my entire campaign so far, Bryan's really been a guiding force for us. Not only has he been a great supporter, but he's been a mentor to me. He's been a mentor politically, legislatively, and most important, personally. I could stand here and attack his opponent and say, point out this shortcoming or that fault, and say this is why Bryan would be better for the job. But when you have Bryan Lentz, I don't have to do that. When you have a man of his courage and his character. Because deep down, I know there is no better person for the job than Bryan. His actions